You know, guys, I'm looking at this and saw on the back when to start. 8 to 12 weeks prior to the last frost date. You know what that means? That means I get to start my first seeds of the season. Hey guys, welcome to Fleetwood Patch. My name is Jeremy. If you haven't done so already, please hit that like and subscribe button. You can reach us at fleetwoodpatch@gmail.com, as well as Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. If it looks like I'm a little extra excited, I am. Why? Because I actually get to start some seeds today. Here we are in mid-February, and I can actually start these guys because it says 8 to 12 weeks prior to the last frost. Well, doing the math, it's time. Super excited. These are the ones, if you saw my seed draft video, these are the Walla Walla onions that I am super stoked about getting in the garden. These things produce a huge head of onion. Call that a bulb. Why not? So anyway, we're going to go ahead and get these started today. I'm going to show you how. Now, quick disclaimer, I am not an expert by any means on growing Walla Wallas. In fact, to be honest, this is the first year ever that I've attempted to do onions. So this is kind of a trial process for me. If you guys have any experience with growing onions from seed, leave a comment below. Let me know how your experience was. Everybody's experience is different. Everybody's climate is different. But yeah, we're going to give it a go. And I'm excited to actually get some seeds going. Now, as always, when you're planting and sowing any seed, guys, read the directions on it. Make sure you're doing it right. It can mean the difference between success and failure. So these are actually seeds. So what we're doing is onion starts. Okay, so I want to be clear. This isn't something that we're planting outside. Start it inside. Walla Walla is considered a long day onion. Do some research in your area if you want to grow onions and see which one would work best for you. Now, by long day, I'm looking at this and it says it needs about 14 to 16 hours of light. So it is definitely considered a long day onion. We're not going to get that right away, probably not till May or June, but that's when we're going to start transplanting these starts. Again, these are starts. We're not direct sowing them. These are starts that we're growing inside. And that's when we're going to be able to transplant them outside and get that light. And they will be getting 14 to 16 hours a day, definitely. When you're starting any type of seed, make sure that you're getting either a potting soil or a seed starting mix. If you do a potting mix as your seed starter, make sure it's extremely fine. You've got to make sure that, that it's going to hold water really well, but also drain really well. You don't want those real chunky bits in your potting soil. I've seen potting soils where they have like, it almost looks like little chunks of bark. Don't do that. You don't want that. You want the very fine material when you're starting any seed. Okay, so we have our potting mix. Again, this is pretty loose stuff, guys. Not a lot of chunks of stuff in it. You might find little bits here and there. Just kind of break it up if you can, but you want something that's fairly light and airy. Now, what I do is I kind of create a little circular interior for where I'm going to set the seeds. And what that's going to do is once you get the seeds in there, you're going to use that to kind of cover it back up. And we're gently going to shake these seeds in. You can see the black tops of them there. I think that'll be more than plenty for our starters. And then, like I said, just kind of fold it on top. You want to cover about 1/4 of an inch of those seeds up. And shake it up if you have to. Break up any loose bits. Give it a nice dousing of water very gently. We want to make sure that we're not stirring those seeds around too much. That's my clock, by the way, if you're hearing a weird chirping sound. So what that's going to do is it's going to kind of sink those seeds in a little bit. It's going to get them nice and wet and start the germination process. And what I like to do, and I suggest this for anybody that lives in a really dry climate, Colorado, Arizona, New Mexico, if you have a very dry climate, go ahead and wrap it up with some saran wrap and put a rubber band around that. What this is going to do, it's going to act like a greenhouse, number one, when the sun does hit it, and number two, it's going to help keep that moisture inside. And lastly, and this is a very crucial step, you guys, label it. You want to make sure you label anything that you plant from seed. Why? Because you're gonna forget what's in there. Just trust me, you will. Always good, label it. Now guys, just a quick side note here. If you are doing onions this year from seed and it is your first time, don't be discouraged if you don't see anything happening in there within about a week. Onions take a long time to germinate. These ones can take up to 2 weeks. So if you don't see anything within a week, doesn't necessarily mean you did anything wrong. Just be patient. It takes a while. And we're just going to put these up on the Hall of Clutter. And we're going to come back and take a look at them within about a week or so. We should see some good results. So that is it, you guys. We planted our first seeds of the season. If you're getting the winter blues and you really want to be able to do some type of seed, if you're growing onions, look at the back of the package and see how soon you can actually start them. It might be a good idea to get them started right now. Cool. I'm glad I finally got to start some seeds. I'm starting to get a little crazy. All work and no play makes Jeremy a dull boy. Little by little, guys, we are getting there. We're going to start to be able to start planting some seeds sooner than we think. Here it is about mid-February. We can do this. Look at your onions. See what you can do. Take care, guys. God bless.